oxygen. Time for Squishy! Turn I want everything you got! Make this easy on yourself!
Explosives! Explosives out! Here you go! Well, that's that.
Booyah. The swing set.
Welcome, customer.
Focused! Badass! Here you go! You should all be running.
Found the Spyco. Gotta say, even for an insane, genetically engineered monstrosity, it's still pretty damn ugly.
You are nothing! Fear me, bitches!
Almost dead? I can fix that.
Here you go!
I don't know what you're planning, but I don't like it. Tributes, get the Vault Hunter out of my kitchen.
Enough. Bye now.
Those dudes didn't stand a chance. You almost feel bad for them. Then you start laughing because you were technically acting in self-defense, so screw them. Violence doesn't solve anything except for all the things it does.
Grenade out!
As president, I demand to know why the hell the Vault Hunter is running around backstage. Just trying to mix things up. Your job is not to mix things up. Your job is to flex your muscles and do air guitar solos, idiot. Words can hurt! Let's get a grind in! Grind, grinder! Delicious! We're nearly done preparing the gobbler's meal! With the meat prepared, we only need one more ingredient. Deadly poison! Head to the stabber jabber nests! I ran out of explosives, so I'm actually going to open this door remotely without blowing it up! Psych! You know you're following an idiot, yes? Torg created his explosive gun tech, then sold it to us for $12 and a high five. We kept it on purely for PR reasons. But you both outlived your usefulness. Tribute, kill. When God closes a door, I blow it the f*** up! Hey, make sure to get a slag weapon on the way. Smack the jabber nest to wake him up. All right, now slap the jabber.
Enough. Ha!
Woo! You got all the glands! Now pop them into the gobbler's dinner and you'll be ready to fight them! Why do you insist on being a moron, Torg? This is why you lost a controlling share of your own company. I knew I should have killed you when I had the chance.
You can never be too well armed.
Now add the poison glands to the marination vat. Hit that button to marinate the out of that meal. The meal's almost ready. Let's get cooking. Start the conveyor of cookery. That's it. You've gone off script one too many times, Torg. Today's meal is canceled. Chefs, shut down that oven. We can't stop now! Protect the oven! I swear by my abdominal muscles, I will eat the ravenous wild gobbler!
You have a timeout!
By the pricking of my buns, something hungry this way comes! Shakespeare! Don't let those food stuffs destroy our culinary masterpiece! Quest update! Turn the oven back on! Don't let the chefs near the oven, or they'll switch it off!
You won't last 2 minutes.
Chefs want to shut off the oven! Stop
Just
them
die!
from doing so!
Bury you like a rabbit.
Your worst twist ruined my...
By the pricking of my buns,
You can't
something
kill me!
hungry
I
this
will
way
eat again
comes!
tomorrow!
shit!
I want to see
Food's
you
done!
from the inside.
Go get it!
Let's bury me upside down.
My taste buds are aflame with the power of 1,000 nuclear bombs! My mouth is watering so much you could drown a small village in my cheeks! The taste apocalypse is upon us! Kill that gobbler, Torg. It'll be your last meal. The board of directors and I can guarantee that.
Legally obligated to tell you that I need.
You know why we made the gobbler invincible, Torg? So you could kill him. After dozens of failed attempts by other contestants, you were supposed to finally kill it on camera while wielding our most expensive guns. You would have looked like a hero! Why be a hero when you could eat one? You are the dumbest person in the world. I paid several other contestants to kill you if the gobbler can't, Vault Hunter. You and Torg will pay for your idiocy. Here comes the ravenous Wild Gobbler! We've replaced this creature's normal food with poison! Let's see if he notices. He took the bait. Now just don't die till the poison takes effect. Wild Gobbler! No, you idiotic mercs! Don't shoot the gobbler!
So,
Shoot the
who's
Vault Hunter!
next?
The poison's working! It's working! The gobbler is killable! Let the taste apocalypse begin!
You gotta get.
You're done!
Last chance, Howard. Call this off, or you're out of the company! Well, I'll just work for Moxie. Blow things up! I'm gonna eat the out of this thing! Yapkins may or may not be involved! You just disobeyed a direct order from your president, Torg. You're dead. I am so scared! I know you can't tell because of the tone of my voice, but that was sarcastic! Anyway, come on back whenever, Vault Hunter!
find better merchandise anywhere else. I made sure of that.
Oh, man, where are you going? Never mind. You don't want to hear my story anyway.
My grandma's a pretty big fan of yours. Could you go say hi to her?
Oh, man, it's the Vault Hunter! You are awesome! Didn't you fight Terramorphous? I fought a big creature like that once. He was a big whale squid with 100 tentacles. You ever thought anything with tentacles? Oh, of course you have. Terramorphous had tentacles. How silly of me. Now, where was I?
I am so sorry.
All right, the whale creature. His name was Blowhole the Apocalypse. I called him the Apocalypse for short. And he attacked my hometown of Tsunami's Edge when I was but a little girl. You ever been to Tsunami's Edge? Great town, nice beaches, great food, and the cost of living is just so low. Even being a single grandmother and working part-time at a skag meat processing factory, I was still able to provide for little Mr. Torg. We may not have been able to afford the finer things in life, like food, but we got by. After all, Mr. Torg and I didn't have anything but one another after that horrible gas leak blew up the iridium mine, killing my son and his lovely wife. From that day onward, my little Mr. Torg vowed to conquer explosions themselves in an effort to avenge his fallen parents, and... Oh man, I've forgotten what I was talking about. Where was... Oh right, the Blowhole the Apocalypse! So anyway, I was wrestling Blowhole to the ground, and I had my bicep curled around his blueberry throat. Blueberry? Sorry, I meant to say blubbery. I've got blueberries on the brain, I guess. I grow them in my backyard. Mr. Torg helped me plant them. Thanks again for that, grandson.
I love you, Grandma!
Anyway, I have my bicep around his blubbery throat, and Mr. Torg starts crying because he really likes whale squids, and he doesn't want to see me hurt one.
They are the princes of the ocean!
So I let the whale go after giving it a punch in the eyeball so he'll remember me, and it swam away into the ocean. And then I had Mr. Torg drive me to the ice cream parlor. He got me Rocky Road, because Rocky Road's my favorite. I'm extremely partial to the way the marshmallows act like little landmines of flavor amidst the battleground of chocolate. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? Is it pistachio? I bet it's pistachio. Oh, that reminds me! Never guess who I saw today. Pistachio the Amazing! He's a magician who studied under Crazy Earl, so he's got that weird mustache, you know, but I saw him make a rack hive disappear. A whole rack hive! I said to Mr. Torg, Mr. Torg, wasn't that amazing? And he said, yes, it was, Grandma. Didn't you say that, High Five? You remember saying that?
I remember, Grandma!
And we stood in line afterward and got his autograph, and I thought I had it somewhere around here, but it's probably in the attic. I really ought to go up there and clean it out one of these days. I have so many little keepsakes up there. You're paying attention, right? Say, what's my favorite flavor of ice cream? So you are listening, how wonderful. You're an even better listener than my old pet rack, Beasto. Beasto was such a sweetie. You ever had a pet rack? If you can tame them, they are the sweetest pet you'll ever have. He used to just sit on my shoulder and bite chunks of flesh out of my neck to pass the time. I still remember the way he used to tweet. He went, tweet, tweet. It was so cute. I had a conversation with him once. I said, Mr. Beasto. He liked being called Mr. Beasto. It made him feel like an aristocrat. I said, Mr. Beasto, you're looking very cute today. And he said, oh, thank you, that's so nice. Or he tweeted in a way that made me know that's how he felt. And then he lowered his little head like he was taking a bow. It was adorable. Beasto was my third pet rack. First I had Woody. He got hit by a train. Then I had Anita. She got shot up trying to take vengeance on the train that killed Woody. And then I found Beasto making little poops on the windmill outside our house. After Mr. Torg and I wrestled her to the ground, I did a flying pile driver off a nearby tower tree. Got him straight in the spine and brought him down. We brought him in and fed him some skag steaks until he decided he loved us. I still miss Beasto sometimes. He just died of old age. Rack don't live much longer than a few years, but I treasured the time we had together. Oh, poor Mr. Torg. When Beasto died, he cried for a week. The kids made fun of him at school, but I told him not to pay them any mind.
Being in touch with your emotions is not a character flaw!
That's right, High Five. Is something wrong? You look confused, Vault Hunter. Oh, you probably haven't heard anyone call Mr. Torg High Five before. The world may know him as Mr. Torg, but the Flexingtons always refer to him using his middle name. It's a Flexington family tradition, after all, to use your grandfather or grandmother's name as your own middle name. And my husband, High Five Flexington, God rest his soul, was the best grandfather Mr. Torg could have asked for before he passed. He taught Mr. Torg dang near everything he knew about firearms. Without High Five's teachings, I don't think the Torg Corporation would exist at all. Gosh, I still remember the first gun Mr. Torg tried to make after his parents died. A Jacobs shotgun with a stick of dynamite attached to the barrel. Torg nearly blew his face off, but he got up, dusted his mustache off, and swore that by the time he reached the age of 11, he would make a gun that fired explosions without killing the operator. And by golly, he did! It took a couple of dozen prototypes before he got the right combination of gun parts and explosives right. But once he did, woo-wee! I'll never forget the plume of smoke that used to be in my neighbor's homestead. They were jerks, though, so it's okay. Gosh, I've been talking your ear off for some time, haven't I? It's so kind of you to listen for this long. I've taken up too much of your time already. Please, don't feel like you have to stick around any longer. As a matter of fact, take this for giving this old woman some company. Or even more I've got another story for you, but I'd like to tell it to all of your friends at once. An old lady like me has to save her voice, you know. Talk with me. How incredibly sweet of you. Say, you'll never guess who I saw today. Captain Scarlet. She was robbing my retirement home with a few other brigands, and I recognized her from her wanted poster, and I said, "Oh, hey, you fought the Vault Hunter, didn't you?" And she bowed all elegantly and said something like, "Indeed, I did, madam," and said that you were really good at fighting, and that you beat her fair and square. She didn't seem to harbor much of a grudge about it. Nice girl. You should think about meeting up with her again if you're not shacked up with anybody, you know? I mean, of course, you probably are. Gorgeous hunk of a Vault Hunter like you. I bet you're beating away suitors left and right. Look, you're blushing. Oh, I could just eat you up. Mr. Torg was so scared of trying to get a date for such a long time. He used to go to parties in high school and just stand in the back without talking to anybody.
I am an introvert!
I tried to tell him, I said, don't worry about chasing love. If you chase your dreams, then love will follow. See, that's the thing people don't get. You watch Echo films and they're just awful. They teach you that the only way to be with someone is just to pursue them over and over until they decide they like you. In reality, you know when you like someone almost immediately. You can't really convince somebody to fall in love with you. You just look like a stalker. But if you do things that you're interested in, like making guns that explode or killing mercenaries, then people will see that confidence and skill you have and they'll be attracted to it. But there's always a fine line between that kind of confidence and narcissism, you know? There's nothing worse than somebody who wants to be famous. I remember when Mr. Torg first sold his weapons tech to that board of directors, he was pretty egocentric for a while. Taking pictures of himself and posting them to the EchoNet all the time. Trying to hobnob with every celebrity that used his weapons. He came back home one day with a supermodel under each arm, and I said, Mr. Torg, what are you doing? You've lost sight of who you are. It's been... Oh no, you're leaving?
Friends are like family who don't suck!
I've got another story for you, but I'd like to tell it to all of your friends at once. An old lady like me has to save her voice, you know. You still want to talk with me? How incredibly sweet of you. Say, you'll never guess who I saw today. Captain Scarlet. She was robbing my retirement home with a few other brigands, and I recognized her for her wanted poster, and I said, oh, hey, you fought the Vault Hunter, didn't you? And she bowed all elegantly and said something like, indeed I did, madam, and said that you were really good at fighting, and that you beat her fair and square. She didn't seem to harbor much of a grudge about it. Nice girl. You should think about meeting up with her again if you're not shacked up with anybody, you know? I mean, of course, you probably are. Gorgeous hunk of a Vault Hunter like you. I bet you're beating away suitors left and right. Look, you're blushing. Oh, I could just eat you up. Mr. Torg was so scared of trying to get a date for such a long time. He used to go to parties in high school and just stand in the back without talking to anybody.
I am an introvert!
I tried to tell him, I said, don't worry
I'm all
about
for
chasing
meditation,
love.
but this
You chase
is
your
ridiculous.
dreams and love will follow. See, that's the thing people don't get. You watch Echo films and they're just awful. They teach you that the only way to be with someone is just to pursue them over and over until they decide they like you. In reality, you know when you like someone almost immediately. You can't really convince somebody to fall in love with you. You just look like a stalker. But if you do things that you're interested in, like making guns that explode or killing mercenaries, then people will see that confidence and skill you have and they'll be attracted to it. But there's always a fine line between that kind of confidence and narcissism, you know? There's nothing worse than somebody who wants to be famous. I remember when Mr. Torg first sold his weapons tech to that board of directors, he was pretty egocentric for a while. Taking pictures of himself and posting them to the EchoNet all the time. Trying to hobnob with every celebrity that used his weapons. He came back home one day with a supermodel under each arm, and I said, Mr. Torg, what are you doing? You've lost sight of who you are. It's been weeks since you actually created a new gun, I said. And it was true. He'd been more obsessed with being well known for doing something great than with actually doing something great.
It was a dark point in my life.
Thankfully, High Five listened to me and got to work on what would eventually become the Kerblaster. You a fan of the Kerblaster? That was always my favorite. That and the Flacker, which I know a lot of people hate. But there's more to combat than just brute efficiency in this old lady's eyes. Style counts for something. And there's nothing quite like filling the air with tiny little explosions. It's like a fireworks show, except the deaths aren't as sad and unexpected. Actually, that reminds me. Now that you're here, I wanted to throw some ideas at you for feedback. I'm a playwright in my spare time, and I'm trying to write a story about an up-and-coming tournament
silence
fighter
reminds
who
me
tries
of
to
the
find
Abbey.
love in a gladiatorial arena.
I hated the goddamn
And I
Abbey.
figure you've got a lot of experience, so your feedback could really be valuable. So the play is called Broken Hearts and Broken Necks. Scene 1. Fade in on an arena, just after a battle. Body parts litter the stage. A lone warrior stands in the middle of the stage, a spotlight illuminating her blood-stained armor. She stands, holding her sword triumphantly aloft. Valkyrie. Is there no warrior who can challenge me? Must I be destined to spend my life as the strongest, the bravest, the most invincible warrior this galaxy has seen? For I am Valkyrie, scourge of the gladiatorial games! Exultant Valkyrie, as she shakes her head in despair. From stage left, enter Mildred, a janitor with a heavy heart and an even heavier conscience. He begins sweeping the body parts into a bin, which is colored green, and remember that because that's a symbolic color that will come back, until melancholy overtakes him. He drops his bush broom to the floor and falls to his knees before delivering a heart-wrenching soliloquy. No. The blood cannot be washed away. Not before and not now. Even as I attempt to escape the past, which haunts me still. Must I live forever as a fraud, sweeping up the trash of others to hide my shame and avoid my pursuers? Must I forever remain on the periphery of joyful combat, ever watchful but never participating? Then, with the clatter of armor, Valkyrie re-enters from stage right. Valkyrie. Good morrow, lowly janitor. I heard a noise and thought it worth investigating. No, no. Oh, great Valkyrie, 'twas nothing but the wails of those souls you released from their bodies tonight. Souls that wail in agony as they fly upward to Valhalla. Fools! What have they to wail about? Their agonies are over, ended at the point of my sword. Mine, however, have only yet begun. For it is lonely at the top, and an unchallenged life is a boring one. No daughter aside. If only I were able to tell her my true identity, I would give her a fight she would not soon forget. Back to Valkyrie. Yes, ma'am, boredom is the true tragedy. May you one day find challenge in combat. Stupid. Nodon picks up a giant two-armed bastard sword with almost no effort. Valkyrie aside. What is this? Excellent, Nodon. Stage left. Valkyrie. What strength this janitor possessed? Who is he to pick up a bastard sword with but 2 fingers? What hidden power does he hold? What secrets does
I came to this planet
I
to
will
fight,
endeavor to uncover
not to
the past,
wait.
in the hopes that our swords may cross in battle. Excellent. End of scene. Oh no, you're leaving? I won't take up any more of your time.
Somebody feed me something!
Another day, another unsuccessful genetic abomination.
Oh, and pick up any nudemags you see. Never hurts to have a fallback.
Woo-wee! I got the nudie bags. Worst case scenario, I still got something to pass the time. Well, boy, that bandit hung himself from his own tombstone. It's dark, it's depressing, I don't understand what I'm talking about. It's perfect! Putting that in the poem! Is that a bandit spooning with the robot? That is some artsy-fartsy bullcrap, my friend. Chicks love that! That's going in the poem. Robots and sex stuff. Oh, a lone flower surrounded by bud and stuff. I maybe can turn that into a symbol of like, flowers, or birds, or... I got it. All right, my poem is done, completed and stuff. Get back here and I will not read it to you.
Have you seen my brother?
recording my sweet nothings into this here echo device. Just find Daisy and play it, Bert. Gotta wait for her reaction, though, you hear me? I got to know how it went.
Herein is Scooter's poem for you, Daisy. Here we go. Daisy, I like you a whole lot. More than that bandit likes spooning that robot. You are a diamond in the rough, or a flower surrounded by shrapnel and stuff. I will hang myself from my own tombstone if within you I cannot put my bone.
Wow, this is really... could you excuse me for a second? Thanks.
So, what'd you think?
This is dumb.
Says the bastard that probably stole it in the first place.
Gee, Jim,
So she
you're awfully
didn't dig
quick
the
to start
poem, huh?
pointing fingers. Come on,
I don't know.
guys,
I thought it was pretty good.
Feeling great!
I knew I hadn't heard the last of that gun. I bought it off a guy a few months ago. Great gun, but it's cursed.
I sold it to a bandit named Horus.
Explosives!
McNally took the bane. It worked like a charm against the spider ants, but the curse... If you're... It's fine, McNally. He may have left me for dead, but he doesn't deserve what the bane will do to him. Nobody does.
ya! Don't run!
This got you lucky bastard!
Here you go! Hold it!
It's my time to shut up.
Very valuable armaments over here. Stay away unless you want to get blasted.
Yeah! Run on back!
Explosives out!
They're running!
Stop fight!
Gotcha!
Time to dust them with bullets!
That was interesting!
Gotta get rid of it. Gar's coming from Lynchwood to buy it. That idiot's got no idea. He never believed the stories about the curse. Boy, oh boy, is he in for a surprise.
Get the rat!
Sheriff here. Reminding you once again to invite all your bandit friends to Lynchwood. Really. It'll be a lot easier to take care of you all if you're in the same place.
Hope you've had your shots.
Reminded you that you could always run. The sheriff won't follow you out of Lynchwood, and I certainly won't. Please, just leave. Save yourself.
Vault hunter! Let's break 'em! You're not worthy.
Come meet your maker.
You ain't getting out of that. Asshole!
To get shot.
Unexpected.
I'm lost.
Let's throw down. This is just a...
Your dad beats!
Explosives!
Yeah! Run up!
of you have learned that Handsome Jack's my boyfriend. If you're worried that means I'm just a pretty face who got this town as an anniversary gift, well, you know where to find me. Got me to think that you're living in a town called Lynchwood. You know what Jack wanted to call this place? New Haven.
Throwing grenade!
I love the guy, but he doesn't exactly have a way with words.
That's not the money. It was just...
You better run!
You know? Too easy. What's the matter? Oh, there was plenty of glory. Just kind of watch you up on this. Angel, are we hearing this live right now?
No, that was nothing. But that was funny. Now you're gonna pay. Go to hell! I see you! Got your time, boy! Take it! I'll kill you!
Had to get rid of it.
I'd like to remind you folks not to cut down anyone hanging from my gallows. There is a warning to the rest of you. That was entertainment. The next time you see someone gathering around, the Lambert twins, $5,000. Heck Latin, $8,600. The Slab King, $25,000. Alive is preferable, but I'll take him dead if he's got sufficiently entertaining. sheriff. If you're here, that means one of two things. You're looking for a nice, quiet life. I'm gonna watch you kick out your last ticket from one of my gallows. Given how boring things can get around here, I do hope it's the latter. Welcome to Lynchwood.
I like that.
If you know anyone with information regarding the whereabouts
That
of
was
the vault
messy.
hunter, please tell them to come in of their own volition. Otherwise, the sheriff will torture the information out of them. I'm trying to help you here, people.
Hail you, brothers. Into pockets. Back to the yard.
Grenade out!
Look at me!
I'm told there's a new bandit in town. If you're hearing this, kiddo, please don't die right away. I've always wanted to duel a vault hunter.
I'm legally obligated to tell you, and I need.
So, what
How's
now?
it going?
Mordecai told me what happened to Roland. So here's what we do. We bury Roland. We save his planet. And we kill Jack.
His associates, his friends, his family, everyone he's ever met. We skin them with their own goddamn teeth.
Sorry. We went our separate ways a few years back, but Roland was my friend, and nobody hurts my friends!
Had Roland not forced me to relocate to Sanctuary, I would not be alive today. I am unpleasantly surprised to find that I am sorry that Roland is dead.
Sorry to bum you out like that, but somebody needed
Needed to tell him. I've transmitted a code to Roland's armory to your Echo device. If anyone deserves what's in there, it ought to be the badass who's gonna avenge him.
Have you completed your task yet?
Don't let this all be for nothing, amigo. Find Jack.
Kill Jack.
Sam's full of crap. If Hyperion invades the city, I'm gonna be the first to get shot.
Huh. Guess Jim did steal the cash.
75% of us. Take this.